Looks like we are connected and live. Hey, everybody, welcome back to another Heartbeat expert-led tutorial hosted in the Hearth, but out streaming to the world on YouTube and LinkedIn. If you guys are catching us on the social platforms, make sure you can follow or subscribe to them so you can catch more of these coming up next time. But for those of us who are here in the studio audience, welcome back to another tutorial. We have Laura Sprinkle here today. Laura is going to give us a framework for some of the most successful affiliate programs that she has ever encountered in her career. Really excited to have her here. If I may, I need to hype this guest because this is a very hype-worthy guest. So Laura is an affiliate partnership strategist who specializes in working with digital course and membership creators. Her approach to partner programs has helped everyone from budding entrepreneurs to seven-figure industry leaders garner more than $44 million in affiliate revenue and lead to founding Rootable, an affiliate platform for creators. Laura's been behind some of the biggest launches in our industry. So if you know names like Amy Porterfield, if you know names like Todd Herman, Selena Soo, Kate Northrup, these are the folks that she has worked with. Her expertise has been featured in Forbes and top-rated business podcasts like Online Marketing Made Easy with Amy Porterfield, Side Hustle Friday with James Altucher, and even more. And she's coming to us from Maine, where we apparently would usually find her sipping on a cinnamon latte in her favorite coffee shop or in the woods frolicking with her daughter. Laura, welcome, and thank you so much for bringing us this expertise today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, we're so excited. I'm excited. I'm excited because as a background, so I am the head of growth at Heartbeat, but I was promoted from customer. So I actually was a Heartbeat customer before. I was a team member here. I have my own community. I did do affiliates as an early launch, and I would love to learn ways to just do it better. So I am here for selfish reasons just as much as I am anything else.
Ditto all of that. My affiliate
Did,
program needs some work. So I'm expecting a lot from you today.
I love it.
Wonderful, wonderful. And all right. And so, guys, if you're in the chat today, if you're out there on the YouTube chat, on the LinkedIn live chat, or if you're in the studio audience, drop in where you're tuning in from. I would love to hear what location, if you're in the United States or if you're elsewhere in the world. We have a lot of folks from all over the world. I want to shout out some places we have representing here today. We've got Shelbyville, Indiana. We got Amman, Jordan, San Diego, California, the middle of Tennessee, Southwest Montana, Sweden, the Netherlands, Brazil. Oh my gosh, it's so fast. Okay, Virginia, UK, Amsterdam, Detroit, Michigan, Arizona, Alberta, Canada, Pacific Northwest of the North American continent, I presume, Sao Paulo, Dorchester, Charlotte, North Carolina, UK, San Diego, Brazil. Okay, we've got
I
folks
can't even
from.
keep up popping these up on the
I,
screen.
there's just so many. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for the energy. We have Miami in the house. All right. We've got so amazing to see everybody. I agree, Deb. It is amazing to see all these places joining in. Super great to have such a lively audience with us here in the chat today. So if you guys have questions, if you got energies, if you got reactions, use that chat. Drop them in. Misty and I are going to monitor that as we go along. We're going to turn this over to Laura in a sec, but we're going to make sure that none of your questions get lost in the chat. We do document them, and we'll make sure we bring them back up, even if we have a flurry like we just did with all the locations. So awesome. Laura, if you could give us what is the main thing that you're hoping folks will leave this session with today? What's the one main idea?
The main idea is that they leave with a framework for running a simple and effective affiliate program that they will actually use.
That is everything. Quite frankly, guys, how many times have you gone to a tutorial and you're like, I feel wiser about my uncertainty? And that's not like a great outcome, right? So I love that we're leaving with something we can implement right away. I'm excited also as a community founder and builder myself, not just for all the help that everybody else gets out here. Perks of the job, guys. I get to get taught all these things at the same time. So, all right, let's kick off. You guys have questions, you can always drop it in the chat. Laura, please take it away. We'll have a big chunk of Q&A at the end, guys. So don't worry if we get a little bit behind on everything. So take it away, Laura.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. And we practiced my screen sharing, but we'll see. We'll see
yes,
how that goes. I think I was successful.
Victory. Yes.
Amazing. Okay. So if you do not already have an affiliate program, you are 1,000,000% leaving money on the table. And so, like I said, my goal with today is that we go from marketing things on our own to marketing in community. Y'all are here at Heartbeat, so you are obsessed with community already. You know the power of community. So I know that I'm speaking your language when I talk about not marketing by ourselves. I also want us to, instead of paying Facebook, Meta, Google, corporations, men in suits, I want us to start thinking about paying our friends to scale and grow our businesses. This is what I'm obsessed with. Actually, today was payout day here at Rootable, so I was like, in the back end, making all the payouts happen, and I just love seeing the revenue that we get to send our friends. So we are here for Affiliates Made Ridiculously Easy. Mike, thank you so much for the beautiful intro. My goal is to make this easy for you, even if you aren't techie and even if you don't feel like you know people in high places. So as he mentioned, I've worked on a lot of campaigns with a lot of affiliates. My clients have brought in millions in revenue, and my favorite part of that is the millions that they've been able to pay out to their friends and pay out to other small business owners like yourself. So some of the amazing folks I've worked with, like you mentioned, Amy Porterfield, Kate Northrup, Selena Soo, Todd Herman, and I was doing all these big launches, right, behind the scenes, and part of me, and maybe you think this right now too, and you can pop in the chat if it's true, part of me was like, well, of course it works for Amy Porterfield. She's huge and everybody knows her and everybody wants to promote her, right? Do you think that?
Yep. There's a certain inertia you get when your brand is big enough. Yeah, of course.
Exactly. And so, I'm doing it and I'm seeing the results, but I'm thinking like, okay, but what about me? What about little me that didn't have an audience at the time and still don't have a huge audience? And so I want to tell you about my first launch for my course way back in the day. So my first webinar from launch number 1, I got 25 signups. I was pumped. Yes. That means I actually have to make my webinar happen. So do the webinar, and I realized I flipped these slides around. So I'm gonna give away the punchline too soon, but that's okay. So I got 25 signups my first launch. A few months later, I did another launch, and I had 8 friends as my affiliates. Okay, so just 8 people, and I went from 25 people signing up for my webinar to 297 people signing up for my webinar. Again, just 8 people sharing. So that is a 10x, over 10x, on leads just from having 8 of my friends share. And at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, this thing that I've been doing for other people, that I've been telling people works, actually works. Because the beautiful thing about affiliate programs is you don't only grow your sales and your revenue, which you do, but you can also grow your audience, your leads. You can, come back to folks later. 10x marketing results. The first launch, I made $15,000, which was amazing, right? Nothing to sniff at. I was super duper excited about that 15K. I also wasn't going to retire. Does anybody want to guess what I made in the second launch with those 8 people sharing?
I don't want to taint the well, guys. What do you think? Drop it in the chat. Let's get some hypotheses going here. All right, we got 128K, 100K, 85K, 230K. People who just can't wait to see.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
the suspense is killing us all. Yes.
Yeah, you guessed a little bit high, but still, we 4x'd our revenue in that second launch, and actually 4 affiliates brought in sales. The others brought in sales later. Their leads just weren't quite ready. So 8 affiliates brought in 10x the leads from a webinar. 4 affiliates brought in 4x the sales. And I had titled my webinar, Double Your Launch Revenue with Affiliates. So I was really happy that we had at least doubled the revenue.
Yeah.
So I wasn't lying to people.
So this webinar was like the qualifying lead magnet sort of a thing before the sale offer happened? Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
Way to hold yourself accountable with that title.
I know, right?
Love it.
Like, please. Pretty please.
We do have Michelle asking if that was the same exact launch or if it was a different launch.
Different offer, like with same offer, but you did this. So same value prop, just 2 different takes at it. Okay.
Exactly. Everything the same. One was in January 2020. One was in May 2020. So just a few months later, same webinar.
Fantastic.
Okay. So hearing all of that, the big results, the somewhat smaller results for myself that I was super excited about. If you want my framework to create this system, I don't think you'd be here if you didn't, but you could pop in the chat anyway. and say
Oh
you're
yeah.
excited.
We've got many a triple yes. We got Allison, Tamara, Jan. Oh yeah, Robert. All caps locked. Yes. Okay.
Perfect. They know how to speak my love language, which is participation in the chat.
Oh yeah. No, this crew is awesome. The folks that we have coming to these sessions.
I love it. Okay, so when I first got started in all of this, and maybe this is also what you're thinking, is you're like, okay, maybe Mike, you did this when you first ran your affiliate program. You were like, okay, now I have to meet people. I have to pitch them. I have to create prizes. I have to send personal gifts. I have to create a group. I have to talk to my lawyer. What am I even doing with affiliate terms? I have to do taxes. Like, oh my gosh. And oh, also, let me just go make $1 million, right? Like, let's just do all of this. So we get
That's all. Nothing to it. Yeah.
cool. We just get our full list going here. And I thought the same thing, but my brain works in systems and I love like repeatable systems. So I was like, okay, I'm going to like parse these out and I'm going to group them together. And so this is how I made sense of it. I was like, okay, we're going to do this part and then we're going to do this part and then this and then this. And it led to, these intense templates and checklists and all this stuff. And then I really asked myself, how can I make this easier? Just what is the 20% that is getting 80% of these results? How can we simplify it? And so that is what I want to teach you today is the profitable affiliate flywheel in its simplest form, because I want you to actually use this. I don't want you to learn a bunch of stuff and then just think, oh, that should be on my to-do list. Like, no, you are doing this week. Okay. Who's doing this week? Raise your hand. Or, hey, raise your hand.
I really want to commit to this. I really do. The problem is I'm in the middle of 3 other things right now, though, so I know myself. I will overcommit. What do you got, guys? We've got folks, me with 3 E's, soon. Misty's dog confirms that she does want to learn about affiliates programs. Awesome.
Okay.
Is this something that can be done in a week? Is a fair question from the chat, from Michelle.
I think in this simplest version, you can set this up in a week. 1,000,000%.
Okay, guys. So this is a week. This is a goal you can set as a micro weekly goal. Okay. Then they're in. Yes, we're in. Okay. So we got, in that case, sign us up. All right, Laura.
Amazing. Okay. And not that you're going to like complete everything in a week, like you can get everything set up to rock later. Okay. So the profitable affiliate flywheel has 4 parts: attract, activate, amplify, appreciate. Oh, I'm not even showing my little circle here. Attract, activate, amplify, appreciate. So attract is inviting right fit affiliate partners to share. Activate happens between when they say yes and they actually start promoting. Amplify is when they're sharing and promoting. And then appreciate is post promotion, and it leads right back in the circle to attraction. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to work backwards. We're going to start with appreciate. I love starting with appreciation and gratitude. I'm so grateful to be here with y'all.
We're just happy to have you here.
Amazing. Okay, so one of the biggest questions I get is just, what do I pay for commissions? And so I want to walk you through my framework, but appreciate is 2 parts. So number 1 is defining what reward your affiliates are going to be getting for sharing, aka your commission percentage or dollar amount. And then number 2 is making sure that affiliates get paid out on time. One quick mindset thing I want to share is sometimes people will ask me like, or the way that they ask is really framing it as like, oh, I'm like giving away part of my money. And if any little part of you is thinking that, I want you to say hello to that part. I want you to share with it. The goal is not to give money away unnecessarily. The goal is to get in front of more people that you wouldn't have had access to otherwise, right? I also think about it as far as like, okay, if I'm doing Facebook ads, I'm sending money out into the world, hoping, some of y'all might be really good at Facebook ads, let's face it, but like hoping that the money comes back to me with an ROI. Affiliates is a guaranteed ROI because you don't actually send the money until you have received it. So just a couple of frames for us here.
It's like prepaying versus post-paying, right? It's you're functionally post-paying after the results have been achieved, whereas guys, speaking as a marketer, every other piece of marketing is a prepay based on data and a hypothesis, but it's a prepay and then you wait to see. Like, it's like you give away the stuff and then you hope the things come back, whereas this is the opposite model.
Exactly. Yep. So here are some frames for if you're thinking about commission rates. And overall, like, I want you to feel good about it, right? And also, actually, before we get into that, speaking of ads, I was talking to an ads manager and she was like, we love getting a 2x ROAS for our clients. And I sat there and I thought about it and I was like, a 2x ROAS, that's a 2x revenue on ad spend. So if I'm spending $100, I'm making $200, right? That sounds amazing. But I was like, wait, that's 50% commissions, right? I could pay my friend half of the revenue of something. I could earn $200 and then pay $100 out. So just another like thinking about this framing. But okay, so here are some general what we see in the wild, and especially now that I have so much data from Rootable on what folks are choosing for their percentage. Now this does depend on the niche sometimes, but it also depends on the price of actually delivering your product. You want to make sure that you're making money. We are businesses after all. So when it comes to physical products, we tend to see lower commissions. When it comes to memberships and communities, like a lot of you have here, or a lot of you will have when you join Heartbeat at the end of this, then we see typically between 25 and 30% recurring commissions. For things that are digital downloads or a lot more scalable, we can definitely see more like the 40, 50%. And then for high ticket items, like we've got clients who have masterminds between the 10,000 and 20,000 range. Oftentimes we don't frame those as percentages. We just frame them as, specific amounts. So $500, $1,000, and it tends to be in that 5 to 10% range, but we just frame it because like 5% doesn't sound as sexy as $500. So those are some in the wild examples. I don't usually do this, but I would love, since we're getting this done in a week, if you could just pick a number and I want you to put it in the chat. What feels good for you? What percentage or dollar amount would you pay to be in front of new people that you wouldn't have had access to otherwise? Brand new ideal clients and customers.
Let's drop some percents in the chat, guys. Let's see, or flat dollar amounts, what frame of mind you wanted to see. All right, let's see. We've got some numbers coming in here. We've got 30 to 40%, 30, 35, 10 to 25, 25, 20% on a 10-day course specifically, 30 to 40, 30%, 30 to 50% for a subscription. It's $47. One person gives a specific example. Kiara, thank you so much for sharing this. We'll have a membership community that is $47 per month. I currently have my affiliate program at a flat $20 per sign up.
Amazing.
Awesome. Okay, so many different people have different frames of mind, different thinking, and different percentages in here.
Amazing.
Excellent examples, everybody.
Yeah, I love it. One more, I guess, advanced tidbit too is something else that you can do for marketing. And this is actually something that we do. So I've been doing these monthly paid workshops for between $22 and $44 a month. And I actually do 100% commission on those paid workshops because then I get more subscribers. So I think about it like a paid lead magnet. And then I know a certain percentage of those will upgrade to my other offers. So that's an advanced strategy.
That's interesting. I like that strategy because, guys, like sometimes the hardest thing, the jump for people to make in marketing, especially if like you've built any sort of following or email list based around free downloads, is you have an audience that's used to transacting with $0 changing hands. That first transaction is the hardest trust chasm to cross. And so in this scenario, when you have an affiliate program, and forgive me if I'm stealing thunder, but it's like trust is transferable, right? Where it's like that person may be trusted more by this new audience than that new audience trusts you because you're brand new on their radar. They just discovered you through this person. But since they have a higher trust, they're more likely to make that transaction. And once they're comfortable spending money with you, even if you don't get that money right away, they're more likely to spend with you again. So from a pricing psychology standpoint, Laura, I love this. Love this so much. I could nerd out on this. I'll back off. I'm sorry.
It's great. It's very exciting. Okay, great. So we set a percentage or a dollar amount, because we're taking action. I love to quick action this. And I also want us to set a goal. Now, your goal doesn't have to be to double your launch revenue. That was also like, that was my frame of mind a few years ago when I had all those spreadsheets and I wasn't trying to make things complicated, but let's face it, I was making this complicated. Now I like to set the first campaign goal as, how can I get 3 referrals? Or how can I make my first $1,000 in referrals, or pay out my first $1,000 in commissions? Because the beauty of an affiliate program as a system is you get to use it over and over and over again for better and better results. So I had shared that I made $60,000 in my first launch with affiliates, 4x'd. The next launch we did about 115,000, with a few more affiliates on board. So we can continue to reuse and upcycle everything we're doing. So I would love to know your goal. Do you want to pay out your first $1,000 in commissions? Do you want to get your first 3 referrals in the door? We're thinking ease and getting things done, so that way we get that quick win of momentum so that we can keep going.
All right, guys, drop a simple goal. Like, try to keep it, actionable, and like, what's one thing you'd love to see, what you'd love to achieve, and let's get accountable to one another, right? I'm huge on accountability structures. I think this is so helpful. All right, so from Emily, I would love to have 3 referrals for my high ticket membership. That's a great goal. Michelle, I would like 5 referrals a week. That one's time bound. That's getting more to be a SMART goal. That's like SMART, the specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Tamara says, I would like 50 new members per month. Okay, so you want an affiliate program that would produce that many on an ongoing basis. Bob says 3 per week. That would be payouts, I think, because that was the way the original question was framed. Very cool. Actually, there was a question further up here. Misty, did you grab that question from Bob and take care of that one? Okay, awesome. Just want to make sure we had that covered. Awesome. Let's see. We also have 50 referrals a week, 25 new coaches in September of 2025. I like that goal. That's extremely specific. I love the way we frame it. It's got to be achievable, but I like that it's specific. And then Teri sets 20 per month. Okay, we have people these are solid goals, guys, just from somebody who does accountability in my own community. Solid goal structures. I like it.
Amazing. All right, so moving from appreciate, now I want to talk about amplify. So amplify is especially key because a lot of y'all have memberships and communities, and you may or may not have open and closed carts or open and closed doors or cohorts, right? A lot of you probably, I'm guessing here, but probably have an evergreen, anybody can join your community at any time. And that's amazing. And that also means that if something, doesn't have a specific date, like Mike is talking about with a SMART goal, that it could fall to the bottom of people's priorities. So I want you to make sure that every affiliate campaign you run has timing and has energy and answers the question, why now? Why should an affiliate share about your community or about your course or about your offer right now? Is it because you have a free webinar coming up that they can get a taste of your teaching and of your personality and of how you do things? Is it because you have a challenge or an open house? Do you have a temporary discount or bonus, right? Okay, if you purchase within these next few days, you'll get 10% off. Or if you purchase by this day, you'll get this additional bonus offering, right? Or maybe you do have cohorts even within the larger picture. So is there a cohort kicking off where there's like a legitimate, hey, if you don't sign up by September 21st, like you're missing the boat here, right? So I always want you to think about why now for your campaign. The other beautiful thing about the why now is that then you can tap into my number one tip for effective affiliate programs. And that is transparency of data and sharing what I call leads lists. So when I had that webinar back in the day that was called Double Your Launch Revenue, and I had those 297 people sign up, I got to share that list with each individual affiliate, right? So my friend Chantel, she was my number one affiliate, and I think she sent like 97 people to the webinar. And so that was 97 email addresses that I said, hey, Chantel, here are the 97 people that raise their hand that are interested in affiliate programs. You can follow up with these people, and she could send specific messages to them, either personally if she knew them, or in her email system, because that's where she was gathering the folks anyway. So leads lists are super duper key, and this is actually like the number one reason I built my own affiliate platform, was because of leads lists and being able to tag, so we could know exactly where people were coming from, and your affiliates can continue that branch of trust like Mike was talking about and continue to support. So
I love co-marketing motions like this, guys. It's truly, it's win-win-win. Like, it's win for the people that are referred, it's win for you for the reach you gain, and then it's a win for the people that are helping. In, as this example, is ways that are more than just financial. There's also value exchange of future marketing. There is a cost per lead when you do paid acquisition to just get the privilege of marketing to someone. This is fantastic value. Like, if you think about, like, oh, it cost me $2 per email address for an ad campaign, maybe to get an email address to maybe one day market them into a sale. You give away 250 lists, you just gave away $500 in value to somebody. Like, they're going to be happy about that if they know how expensive it is to gain 500 subscribers. Like, that's fantastic. Let's see. I want to give you some questions we have in the chat about this topic too. So, so we had a question from Robert. Will these slides be available? Guys, we're going to have these recordings embedded and in perpetuity on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So Heartbeat Chat YouTube channel, and the company page on LinkedIn. So we'll have the event recording there as well. YouTube's probably the best, easiest to find, unless you're just always on LinkedIn. That's your platform of choice. We did have some
community as well.
Yes, and in the Hearth. So we have a customer community that's free to join. You can, we will have the resources embedded there along with anything that Laura is sharing with us with this group. Baba has a question, which we can always circle back to that if it's not quite the moment, but how do we vet the people that become our affiliates? And then we had a question here also about, do you pay your affiliates only when their referral closes? So these are great questions. We can cluster them where the timing is appropriate, Laura, but I just want to let you know we have folks engaged and really interested in these topics.
Beautiful. All right, amazing. Yeah, I'll keep growing and we can gather a few more.
Yep, Misty's logging them, right? She's our scribe, I think, on all these questions. Awesome.
Beautiful. All right, so we've talked about appreciate, we've talked about amplification, and now I want to talk about activation. So activation is between when they raised their hand and said, yes, I'd love to promote you, and when they actually send out that first promo, whether it's an email or a DM or a social post or whatever it is. And we really, we're going backwards because we want to define the why now before we help our affiliates get activated. One other mindset framework thing I like to share here is I would love to know if anybody here has ever said yes to being an affiliate, gotten an affiliate link for something, signed up, and then not shared it, not actually promoted.
Yeah. Guilty.
And every time
for so many things, I don't even remember what I'm an affiliate for.
Oh yeah. We've got all of these. We got yep, yes, yeps. Okay, so good. We're not alone. We're not alone, Laura.
We're not alone.
Like and it's the road to hell is paved with good intentions, Michael.
The best of intentions. The best of intentions.
We're just all busy, right? We're all busy. We have a lot of things going on.
Exactly. And we're not a-holes. This is every presentation I do, I ask that question, and it is 100% of folks, unless they've never signed up to be an affiliate for something. But most people
we do have someone. We have somebody who has. We have one. Oh. Teri is brand new. Okay, so Teri, don't follow in our footsteps in that regard. You can start. You can
Don't do it. And also, it is such a, it's such a human thing. We're not a-holes, and I want us to remember that, because inevitably, some people will not promote for us, even though they've said yes. And it's not because they hate us. It's not because they're bad people or anything like that. So I do, when I was, doing done for you, concierge management stuff, we would aim for between 60 and 70% participation of everybody who said yes. So
that's a great benchmark to remember. Yeah.
Put that out there that you will have people, life happens. We're all busy. We're running our own stuff. And if we make it way easier for them to actually share, then they'll be more likely to take action. So that's what Activate is about, is making it super easy. So thinking through every why now that you have, whether it's why now, because if you don't do it now, they're not signing up, right? Because it's going to be closed tomorrow. Why now? Because I'm doing the webinar tomorrow and I'm going to showcase, etc., and I'm going to make it really easy for them to know if this offer is right for them or not, right? So for every why now that you have, whether it's a challenge, a webinar, open house, maybe you're doing an application period, whatever it is, you want to have one solid template that your affiliates can grab and share, right? They could copy paste, they could edit it, they could tweak it to their voice, whatever it is. We want to make it super duper easy for them to get out there and share it. And people are always like, Laura, that's ridiculous. When I talk about the last one here, the short like DM or personal outreach script, like I have seen, affiliates who have no audience, no email list, absolutely crush a leaderboard and make so many sales because they are willing to go personally talk to people and personally message people and DM people. And so I never want to leave this out because it's very effective. And also, if we make it super duper easy for them to know what message to share, they're way more likely to do it. So even if it's like one sentence long, that's like, oh my gosh, I just signed up for, Mike's accountability pod next week. I think that you'd love it. Come hold me accountable too. Here's the link to join, right? Like Mike, that would be a swipe that I would put in your template area. I don't even know exactly what your thing is, but you mentioned
No, that is highly functional. Yeah, that would be very good. Yeah.
And it's like, sure, we could all write our own sentence as an affiliate, but just having that as an example, way more likely that people will take action. So, of course, now we're in this newfangled era of all things AI to make this even easier. So I just want to give you a quick prompt here that you can customize, you can use with, it doesn't have to be ChatGPT, whatever your fave tool is, that you can just prompt it, hey, I'm setting up an affiliate campaign to promote my offer. You can either, voice note, describe your offer, or pop in the sales page, pop in the registration page, pop in whatever emails you've already written to your own audience. I want to give my affiliates one email, one post, right? So please write a story-based email. This is a bit of my tone, even though you don't have to fully infuse it with your voice, right? Because this is for your affiliate, so you don't have to get crazy there. But it will come up with some really good stuff for you.
And I think most people will more readily massage the voice than if they have to have the blank sheet of paper problem of just starting from nothing.
Totally. Right? If I had just said to you, hey, just go use ChatGPT to help you write swipe copy, you'd be like, okay, yeah, I can do that. That's a good idea. But instead, I'm giving you a very simple prompt, which means you're way more likely to actually go and do it. So you see, it's sort of meta.
Everyone's like, quick screenshot. It will be in the recording, and we can share this after the fact too if you need.
Yes. And you can also encourage your affiliates. This is behind the scenes info, but something we're building out right now that I'm super pumped about is to help your affiliates infuse all the swipe with their own voice too. So you can encourage them to do that anyway on their own terms. But
very cool.
Anyway,
very cool. You heard it here first, folks. Or no, you didn't. You didn't hear it here. It's top secret stuff.
So the second piece, right? You create the templates, the swipe copy. So swipe copy and templates, I use those interchangeably. I should probably, stop doing jargony things. And then you want to make it super duper easy to share. So in every email that you send out to your affiliates, I want you to include their affiliate links. There's some cool things you can do with merge fields and such to make sure they always have their affiliate links. And you always want to make sure they have their swipe copy, aka templates, handy as well. So put it in a portal, put it all in one place, and also email it to them. So they don't even have to log in anywhere. They're just like, boom, boom, copy, paste, let's go. Way more likely to succeed. Okay, we have made it to the final/first phase of the affiliate flywheel here, and then we'll get into some questions. So, I think somebody had asked about who are we inviting. And I've got like a larger relationship rings framework. But for this done in a week, let's go version of your affiliate program, I want you to focus on what I call your ring one. So if you think about your offer as a tree, I'm a little bit obsessed with trees and the woods, hence my company name Rootable. But if you think about your offer as a tree and you think about that first ring, the ring that is closest to it, those are the people who are going to have the easiest time sharing about your offer, the best stories. They already know you and they know your offer. You're not going to have to like explain it to them. And that is 1,000,000% where I would get started. So ring one, folks have true stories about you and your offer. So current customers, past customers, they could be customers of other offers as well. It could be current affiliates or past affiliates, because since they've already shared, they're already a heck yes. But this ring one is just like super duper easy. And especially with these goals that we're talking about, okay, 3 to 50 referrals, like you 1,000,000% can get that done with the people who are already in your community. And the beautiful thing about using ring one is, let's say that I've got 10 of my community members who are going to share and bring in, you know, a member or two each. Well, guess what? Next time I have a pool of 20 to 30 plus 10, whatever that is, my math, 30 to 40 ring ones that now I can invite to be an affiliate, and a handful of those are going to say yes, and then they're going to continue to grow and continue to grow. My ring one just continues to expand. There's definitely frameworks and things we can do down the line to like add in other rings and other people, but this is where I would start. And so often people ask me, I'm getting ahead of my slides. So often people ask me like, okay, like what are the perfect words of exactly how I should invite these people to promote? And I want to take the pressure off. If you couldn't tell, this whole thing is about making it easy and taking the pressure off, right? I don't want you to have to agonize over exactly what to say to people, because it's the one time that you're sending it, right? Of like, oh my God, I have to get every word perfect. I would rather it not be perfect, it be messy and done, and you completely remove attachment from it and just think about like, oh, I'm just like inviting people to the movies. And I want you to invite them everywhere, right? And they're just like, wow, I really think I should go see this movie because it just keeps popping up in my life. It's everywhere. Just all these casual invitations about this movie. And so that's where I want you to like put the invite in a bunch of different places and in a bunch of different timings. So this is where this is like, if you were going to write down anything, this would be what I would do. So I want you to think about, pick 3, and I'm gonna go through them in a second, but pick 3 of these places in a moment. So when you can invite them to be an affiliate right after they buy. Hey, you know who gets even better results? People who bring a friend. Or, hey, this would be more fun to do with a friend. There's a ton of different language you can use, but okay, right after they buy, they're committed. And so they could be inviting somebody. Right after a really big win, right? If you've got like a certain cadence and okay, after the first module or after the first week or after the first onboarding call, everybody's like super excited, put an invite right there. Maybe it's at the completion of a cohort or an offer where people are excited, put an invite there. Could be when right before a new cohort is going to start. Hey, you've been part of this program, or you were part of, the January 2025 cohort. We're starting a new one. I think you're an amazing client. Do you know anybody else like you? Because you rock. It could be during a seasonal bonus or a why now moment when they're going to renew or re-enroll, same messaging opportunities. After they give you a testimonial, hey, what would make this testimonial extra awesome is you could just add your affiliate link and get paid for sharing about how great your results were. You can put this in a bunch of different places. So it could be on a thank you page. It could be in post-purchase emails. It could be right within your Heartbeat community. It could be at the end of a course in a module or in a sidebar. It could be in emails or lessons, within your testimonial request forms, You can look at the people who are getting the best results, or who are your top promoters or activators, or what word am I looking for? Just like your biggest cheerleaders within your community, and just send them a quick personal note. And it can even be during live calls or group sessions. Hey, you know who probably has a really sweet affiliate program? Heartbeat. So let's all go sign up, right?
We kind of do. We kind of do. I'm biased, but we kind of do. Also, I was an affiliate before I became a team member. So yeah, we kind of do.
Same.
Uh, Also, guys, so like super like awesome hack, like not a hack, but just like leverage the tools at your disposal. If you're building a community in Heartbeat, we have post-action workflow trigger automations. You could send a DM to remind people of the affiliate program when they join a group, which is a signal that they've upsold or they've purchased something. And you don't have to remember to do it. Like build the system, let it run for you, and you just include a hyperlink to go do the thing. And then ta-da, they'll go do the thing. Like we can make this scalable for you, whether you have 10 members in a cohort or you've got thousands, right? We have ways of helping you achieve these things without it having to be like just another to-do list item.
Totally. I love it. And then just how this can all work together in a really simple flow, either a monthly cadence or an every other month cadence. You invite affiliates in 1 week, or in all the different places we talked about. You encourage them to share. Why now? You encourage them to follow up with all those new leads that they brought in through your free thing or your low ticket item. The next month, I realized that I skipped a slide at the beginning talking about the payout like window, but how we do payouts, in case it's helpful for you, is the first Wednesday of the month, aka today. I was just doing this. We provide a report of all the payouts from the month prior. The next week, we withdraw the funds or transfer the money, and then we send the payouts, right? So you could just get in a really simple sequence of attract, activate, amplify, appreciate, attract, activate, amplify, appreciate, and set up systems along the way and continue to build it up over time. I would rather you aim for 3 or even 1 referral with your first campaign and continue to build from there, go from 1 to 10 to whatever, then say, oh my gosh, I need to go double, quadruple, get 100 affiliates, and then get burnt out from this, right? Like, let's continue to build this over time. Attract, activate, amplify, appreciate, continue to move forward. And then I had mentioned to Mike before, I'm doing another workshop that is normally paid. As I mentioned, I do paid monthly workshops, but for y'all, it is going to be free. This really is a secret. This is a secret link, so please do not share it out, even though I know that within the Heartbeat community, it will be shared. So you can go to laurasprinkle.com/secret. In this next workshop, we're going to dive even further into your affiliate dream list. So all things attraction, now that we're speaking the same language here, all things attraction. So not only deeper into ring 1, but also we'll talk about ring 2, 3, and 4, because yes, there are 4 different rings and different strategies for building relationships in each of them. And that still leaves us with 15 minutes for questions.
With 15 minutes for questions. Awesome. What an amazing overview that I feel like I can use this, guys. Like, I feel like this is not like, sometimes I just feel like, again, I said at the beginning, sometimes with like webinars or things out there, like you leave it like, I have just a better understanding of how lost I am. Thank you. But no, I feel like here we can actually put this to work and use it right away. I have more than an academic learning that has happened. We can get to work on this. And a free giveaway, like that's actually a thing that's normally not free. That doesn't happen that often. That's super awesome. So guys, check out that link in the chat. And Laura, thank you for this. Let's do some questions real quick. Let's see here. Actually, let me go down to the question list. I will also actually, while we're in the freebie mindset, real quick, guys, before I get to these questions, I'm going to do a quick share, if I can, real quick, of the thing that we're adding to the pile of all of the awesome pieces. And so if I can pull this up and go full screen for you, we want to add some goodness to the pile. So if you guys are thinking about starting a community, but you've been on the fence, you've been a little unsure, you haven't maybe gotten off the sidelines yet because you're just not sure if you're ready enough, and maybe we want to reduce that barrier for you as much as we can. So you can choose to subscribe to Heartbeat for half off your first 3 months either the growth or starter tier, whichever one meets the needs that you guys need. If you go to heartbeat.chat/Laura for the next 2 days, specifically till midnight Eastern time on Friday, if you start a trial before then, we will honor this discount for you, and you get everything in the platform. So starter tier doesn't really pull any punches. Discussions, courses, documents, events, the affiliate program that's built in, all of that is part of the starter tier. If you need more custom white labeling, not white labeling, if you need more custom domains, or if you need more members because you know you're going to blow the doors off this thing right away, growth tier is available for you. Also, both would be half off for your first 3 months. So go for it. Honestly, if you needed a signal that there's less of a barrier of entry, do this. Spend less money while making more money with an affiliate framework that really works. So really excited if you guys check out heartbeat.chat/Laura. Take advantage of that. Now into the questions. Let me stop this right here. We're going to get right into these questions with you guys. Absolutely awesome questions. I'm going to go from the top as quick as I can here. Let's make sure maybe we covered these, but let's double check. Robert asked, what are your price points? He wanted to kind of anchor what those initial example offers were. You said the 10x difference. What was that priced at back at the time, at the day?
Yeah, so that course was called Rock Your Affiliate Program, and I sold it for $2,999. So that's where like the making the 15K was pretty straightforward, just because it was such a high price point.
A higher ticket offer, right? So guys, this is a thing to get comfortable with on pricing. Is that this can be effective for a wide variety of price point offers. It's not weird to have a commission on a high ticket offer. The people who sell Ferraris get paid a commission, right?
Yeah.
It's like very normal to do that too. Another question from, sorry, go ahead, Laura.
Also say, like, we have people using Rootable who have like a $10 a month membership all the way up to, I had mentioned, 20K masterminds. So this can work. And the sweet spot, I would say, for like the people who are just like really crushing it with affiliates is anywhere from like a couple hundred to a couple thousand. So even if it's not a couple hundred a month, if you do have a community, right, like your lifetime value is probably a couple hundred.
Yeah, you think about that, guys. So if you have a community, even with a $10 a month subscription, but if they tend to stick around for 2-3 years, you get close to $1,000, right? Really quick. It's actually not hard to have a lifetime value of that amount. There was a follow-up question, contextualizing the different options for different types of offers. I think we covered that. This might have been an early question. Then you had the table for memberships versus digital products and such. Overall, how much variance do you see between like one-time purchases versus renewals, like subscription-based offers? Any variance in percentages or in structures like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say I want to answer this in so many different ways, but it depends a little bit on the niche, I would say, when it comes to the percentages. Especially right now, we do have so many memberships and communities on the platform. And I've been surprised, honestly, by the lower amounts of commission that they're continuing. They're doing recurring, so it could be like 15% for the lifetime of the customer,
Like
right?
forever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of those ones are in like not the B2B space. So their affiliates are not used to seeing like 30, 40, 50% commissions, right? Because they're moms or they're, interested in knitting or things like that. So it does depend a little bit if you're B2B or B2C. And then I would say when it comes to courses and like one-time offers, we typically see a little bit higher percentages, 25% at the low. Well, I've seen lower, but anyway, 25% at the lowest, and then probably more like 40%. It's typical.
Okay, very cool. All right, another question from Sharon here was, what do we need to have in place as like the foundational, I'm simplifying a question here. What is the minimum viable needs to start an affiliate program? Like what is the fundamental level that they need to have set up?
Yeah, I love this question. So you need to have an awesome offer. I would not set up your affiliate program before you have that awesome offer. And then you need to have a way to sell that offer. So when I mentioned my example of having a webinar, I did the webinar on my own first and just invited my friends and my own community to participate so that I knew that I could create it. And then the second time, I invited other people to share. So an awesome offer, a way to sell it, whether it's you've got a simple landing page, you've got a link for them to buy, you've got an application, or it doesn't have to be like a whole webinar, all these bells and whistles. And then you want to have, people that you can ask. So I would start building your network and creating relationships as soon as you start your business, because no matter when, if you're inviting them this week, next week, a year from now, you're going to have
You're going to
those
need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And guys, all of these things are integral to the fundamental starter tier of Heartbeat too. Even if you build a wait list for an offer you intend to launch in the future, you don't even have to have your community with all the channels and the prompts and everything built out already. You can just have the wait list, and our built-in affiliate program lets you get affiliates to get signups to that wait list, and then the eventuality of payout from conversions from the wait list. So fundamental, and we have a baked in landing page, we have a baked in, like anything like that's all in the platform. But those are the fundamentals. You need a thing to sell, a way to sell it, and the way for to be promoted, and people. That too, you need attention. Awesome. Trying to keep it quick just because we have a lot of questions, but I love that we do. So guys, hang in there, of those who are in the chat. So one of them was a specific example. If you had a higher ticket subscription, like let's say $800 a month, what are your thoughts on like an initial payout that's a higher percent, but then you drop to a lower ongoing? The logistics, are they worth it? Is that more confusing for affiliates? What are your thoughts there?
That's definitely been a bigger and bigger request recently. I would say this is what I like to say to people. I say whatever your decision, if you're going to pay more upfront and then drop it, or sometimes people pay, like you could even say, if they stay for 2 months, we'll pay you $800 and then that's it. Or like, hey, we'll pay you $400 for a referral and then nothing else. Or if you're going to drop it, or if you're like, hey, you'll make $100 a month for the lifetime. Like whatever you decide there, I would just talk up the benefit of that.
Right.
So if it's lifetime, have on your invitations and have on the page where people sign up, like you're getting recurring revenue. You're going to be able to scale this and continue to earn money forever with us. If you're going to have a higher like money up front, I would just anchor it in something for people. So like, hey, we're going to send you $500. Go get a plane ticket to, well, probably nowhere now because flights are really expensive, but go get a plane ticket with this $500. We'll send it to you right away. So like, just talk up the benefits of whatever
For
it
sure.
is.
I like the idea of framing it into something tangible, like, this is 1,000 cups of coffee, or it's like, yeah, something like that, right? Make it tangible. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Another question we had here was, if you have a offer that is paid for by the year, let's say this one example she gave was a $467 offer from Kiara. How do you offer commission on that? Is it just, if it's like, I presume you have to require like at the time of payment or when the full amount comes in? Some people ask about payment plans, or like it's a year, but like they have installments. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, and I think there was another question you had mentioned earlier, that same vibe around when payouts happen. So what we always do is just, we only pay out on actual funds received in the bank account. So like I can even use my course for an example. So I said it was about $3,000. We also had a payment plan. I don't remember right now what the payment plan was, but let's just say it was $500 a month, times whatever that would be, maybe six. So if they were making $1,000 in commission, we would just divide that by 6. And every time we got a payment installment in, they would get a sixth of their payout. And so if you have an annual and a monthly subscription and you give 20% commission, then if somebody buys annual, they get 20% of the annual. If they buy monthly, they get 20% monthly ongoing.
Each month. Yeah, in an ongoing
money
way.
received.
This also was a similar question from Michelle, actually, the exact same question. So Michelle and Kiara, both of you got that answer for you. We did have a question earlier about like vetting affiliates. What are your thoughts on how you pick the people to invite?
Yeah. Well, I think when we're talking about ring one, I would just invite all the people to participate, who have been good customers, right? Like, let's not invite the customers that we don't want more of, the people like but let's invite all of those. Those are what I like to call a pollinator program, right? It's like a lot of people who may bring in 1, 2, like maybe they're really going to go for it and they've got an audience or they've got a big community of people that could use your offer. They're going to bring in a few folks. Sometimes what we've been doing now is like separating that out between like our keystone partners. So those are people who have like really big audiences. We're going to go all in. We're going to like create co-marketing together. Like we're going to put a lot more effort in, and our pollinators. So I think it's a very nuanced question, but I will say what I've seen is that oftentimes people try to create these like boundaries, right? Of like, oh, they have to have 1,000 people on their email list, or they have to have 1 million followers on YouTube, or whatever it is. And at the end of the day, that is not going to determine the results. Like, I'm sorry.
It's not directly correlating to,
It's not at all.
No.
We've tried to like run the reports and do that and guess, and it just never is. What actually gets results is if they believe in you and your offer and are willing to go share about it to everybody that they know.
Fantastic. Guys, I do see that we have about 3 minutes left, but I have about 8 questions left. So awesome questions. What I'm going to do is this. Laura, if you're game, if you're not already in our customer community, The Hearth, we tend to embed these recordings and any links to the things that you've got going on in there. We can take these questions and we can just kind of fold that conversation over into the community space, because we can post and then comment, and you guys can go back on each one. So guys, if you're not in our community, The Hearth for community builders, join. It is free. Misty, if you could drop a join link in the chat for us there. When you sign up, all of these recordings are there. The resources from our hosts are there. It is a great place to get peer support and pick the hive mind of everybody in the same journey you are. There's over 4,000 community builders in there. So huge space for you guys to come in as a source of collective wisdom, as much as being able to tap in with questions. But to Michelle and Adrian and Rosalinda and Michael and Robert, guys, I wish we had more time to get to all of these questions. They are fantastic questions. I will copy them all out so that Laura has them, so that we can carry that chat on in the Hearth. I do want to remind everyone before we adjourn today that we do more of these. We do more tutorials led by experts. And if I can show you what's coming up this month, we just did Affiliates Made Ridiculously Easy. Tomorrow, we have a town hall. So if you want to help co-shape the future of Heartbeat, if you've got feedback, if you've got questions, if you just want to see what's in the feature roadmap before I even talk about it in the newsletters, join us for that one. It's going to be live. You can voice some questions. It's a great chance for you to see what we're building and talk to the team. All of us will be there. Also, the next tutorial later this month is crafting a community landing page that connects. I'm going to slide this over. On August 20th with Matt Cece, we're really excited about those sessions coming up. So if you're in the Hearth, go to the event calendar and RSVP to them, and I will also send out a newsletter email announcing them. And then, of course, as a reminder, heartbeat.chat/Laura for the free sign up, and the laurasprinkle.com/secret, because it's so easy. I can remember that one. I wish MikePhillips.com was still available, because it's such a common name. I didn't get it. It's just somebody has it and they're sitting on it. But thank you.
I'm going to change my name to Misty Sprinkle now, because that's such a cool last name.
It is a sweet last name, says the dad joke. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys for being here. Laura, thank you for being here. One final thought. What's the one thing you want people to leave with? What do you want them to feel leaving, to keep in their mind as they're journeying this session together?
I want them to actually take action and go pay a friend as they grow their business. Like, we are better together, y'all.
That's it. Go do the thing, guys. Just go do the thing. So what we'll do is we'll wrap up the live session here with the studio audience. Thank you guys if you've tuned in on YouTube or LinkedIn Live. Thank you if you're here in the studio audience. We appreciate you being here. Laura, hang out a sec. We'll be backstage as soon as we turn off the live. But thank you guys so much. We appreciate you being here. Have a great one, and we'll see you at the next one. Take care.